the other announcement that we are getting out of Palm Beach tonight on this outside group that Trump is putting Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy in charge of, he's calling it the Department of Government Efficiency. I wonder how you view that, because what we've heard is an aim of $1 to $2 trillion of slashing government spending. As you know, the government spent about $7 trillion in last fiscal year. Over $5 trillion of that went to health care, veterans benefits, Social Security. Is that realistic, in your view, to cut that much of federal government spending without touching those?
Under the Fiscal Responsibility Act, we are saving taxpayers $2.1 trillion over the next decade without touching veterans benefits, military, Homeland Security, Social Security, Medicare. We did that by focusing in on 11% of the federal budget and finding $2.1 trillion in savings over the next decade. We passed that this Congress under the Fiscal Responsibility Act, signed into law by Joe Biden. It was a bipartisan bill designed to keep the government open and funded, as well as not defaulting on our debt. But I don't think there's any question we have a debt crisis in this country. We're $35 trillion in debt. We cannot sustain that. We cannot continue to borrow and print new money at the levels that we have. That's why we dealt with record inflation. The Biden administration increased federal spending by $5 trillion in its first 2 years. So we have to rein in federal spending. It requires going line by line, agency by agency, department by department. This, frankly, I view as a debt commission, looking at very much like a blue ribbon panel, looking at ways to reduce government inefficiency and spending. It does not mean it's all going to go into effect. It's recommendations. Congress ultimately has the power of the purse. Congress will make the final decisions with respect to federal spending. But I think it is important that we actually have a serious look at our national debt. We all acknowledge it's a problem, and yet the moment you start looking at how to rein it in, people start attacking. But at the end of the day, the only way we're going to get control of our debt is if we do have a comprehensive look. So I think this is important.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's attacking it. They're just wondering how it'll work. We will see. Congressman Mike Lawler, congrats on re-election. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thanks, Kaitlan.